presidential candidate, Mayor Bill de Blasio of New York City. Great to have you on.
A street fighter.
Oh,
yeah. Street fighter. Talking about your strategy last night. Look, this is a fight for the heart and soul of this party. It really is. And it was so important to me to say we have got to make sense of where we are going. When I say working people first, it's a really clear message. I think that's what summarized the Democratic Party for many decades. And people felt the Democratic Party was on their side, and I want to get us back there. So my message was, hey, we better be willing to take bold stances, not be looking over our shoulder all the time and not sure who we are, because I think that's part of what got us in 2016. Yep. Everyday working people did not know what the Democratic Party stood for, and a lot of them just stayed home. And I'll tell you something, I'm not going to let that happen. As a candidate, people are going to know what I'm about, what I believe in, and I'm proving it with real actions in New York. You've seen it. When we did pre-K for all the kids for free, when we did paid sick leave for hardworking people, $15 minimum wage, guaranteed health care we have now, making sure that people who don't have insurance get a primary care doctor and they get it for whatever they can afford. These are the kinds of things that people all over the country want. And they want to know you're going to go to bat for them. So that was what I was trying to get across really clearly last night.
Mr. Mayor, I have a very specific question about garbage pickup on 67th Street.
Really?
But I'll get to that later.
Okay, yeah. Offline.
I want to ask you about Medicare for All, because you pushed back with Beto O'Rourke a little bit last night over the course of the debate. He was just here a minute ago saying he's for an option for Medicare for All, but there are a lot of people with employer-based insurance in this country who like it and who don't want to give it up. What do you say to those people who might be considering voting for you, but look at last night and say, wait a minute, he's going to take away my insurance?
What I say to people is that we have tens of millions of Americans right now, including middle-class folks, including working-class folks, who either don't have any insurance or can't use the insurance they have. And here's the fallacy, Willie, that if you have private insurance in America, that doesn't necessarily mean you're healthy. That doesn't mean that you can get the health care you need when you need it. Because why? Because you're paying premiums, you're paying deductibles and co-pays and out-of-pocket expenses. And you talk to people all over this country, and look at the 2018 election as my proof of this. Why did so many voters decide they wanted a Democrat in 2018 in those congressional elections? Because they were saying health care is not working for them. It's not
but
working
why not give them the option? So it's Medicare for all for people who need it, who want it. People who have been lost in the system can be captured by that. But why force people who already like their insurance to lose it? Because
right now what we have is a system that does not work for a huge number of people in this country, and an insurance industry that's taking in a huge amount of money. It's not going to help us make the healthier country. It's not going to make sure that our medical care is better. It's going to profit. It's going to a corporate bottom line.
So private insurance should just go away.
Look, not overnight, but I believe
eventually
over
it goes away.
time. Look at countries that have a public health system that works, where they're free enterprise countries, and they're able to provide health care consistently. And Willie, this is real important. This is why we guaranteed health care in New York City. Because there's so many people who don't go to the doctor because they can't afford it, they can't navigate it, whatever it is. I want an America where people go to the doctor when they're sick. I want an America where it's easy to get the health care, including the mental health care you need. And right now, we have a healthcare system that sets the bar so high, it is difficult to navigate.
But there are a lot of people, as you know, Mr. Mayor, who are perfectly happy with their employer-based health care. So if you get rid of private insurance, they're forced into a system they don't want to be in. Your system will capture people who need it. I agree with you on that. But what about the people who are happy with their insurance?
Willie, my approach would capture everyone with consistency, with predictability, that you know the health care is there for you. Now, a lot of folks who have health insurance, God forbid they have one of those catastrophic situations. Again, this could be a middle-class family, everything's going great, and one serious illness, and I've met a lot of these folks all over the country, knocks that family out. Their whole household economy blown up because of a single illness. That's what happens in the American healthcare system. So it's not going to happen overnight. There's going to be stages. But I'll tell you something, what we're doing now is not working for a whole lot of people, and they want change.
Michael. And so I was a little bit harsh on you last night on Twitter.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. Michael, what did you say?
Is this like counseling? We're going
to work this out. So you came into this debate with clearly that New York style, that sort of aggressive in-your-face style. How do you think that played, given what we've heard up to this point from a lot of the Democrats around the country, is that they don't want to see the negative infighting, the sort of going at each other and sort of interrupting the process, if you will. How did your strategy, you think, played out last night in terms of benefiting your efforts to make a clear statement about where you are as a progressive candidate for the presidency of the United States?
First of all, I'd say every voter wants someone who will stand up for them and be tough about it and the things that matter. We're talking about the presidency of the United States. You better be tough. You better be able to take on whatever fight is out there. And I'm chief executive of the nation's largest city. I know something about taking on difficult fights. Second, that debate was not name calling. That was not personal low blows. No one called anyone sleepy or low energy.
No sleepy droopies.
No sleepy or droopy. Everything was about substance and issues. And you should feel passion. You should feel urgency. People should engage each other on big issues. I thought it was a very substantive debate. And look, in the end, we're going to have unity in the Democratic Party. I don't doubt it. I think every one of the candidates up there, all the candidates, would be ready to support each other in the end. Whoever's the nominee, we're going to support. But we better sort out who we are. I mean, you know a lot from being a party chairman. You got to have an identity as a party. In 2016, we did not have a clear identity. In 2016, a lot of working people looked at the Democratic Party and said, I don't even know if they're for me, or are they the elites, or who are they with? I'm saying something simple. If we become the party of working people again, if that is something that no one doubts, we're winning in 2020 and we're winning big. But let's work that out now. That's what this process is supposed to be about.
You guys can hug it out now, okay?
Yes.
All right, Mayor Bill de Blasio, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Great to have you on. And still ahead, NBC's Andrea Mitchell was in the spin room last night after last night's debate and spoke to several of the Democratic candidates. She joins us at the top of the hour with her takeaways and reporting. And the Reverend Al Sharpton joins us as well. Plus, Congressman and 2020 candidate Tim Ryan joins the conversation. You're watching Morning Joe. We'll be right back.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.